doing another collection video here with this new angle. I'm going to be going through some of my other collections with this camera angle, a few more. And then I want to do kind of the full game collection. I got to figure out how much I can fit onto screen on the shelves. But anyway, PS4 collection. First game I got here is another site. I got this one for my fiance, and she hasn't played it yet. I obviously use this woman here. I think she's blind, and the cat like leads you around and whatnot. Yeah, like I said, neither of us have played it. I did play some of this. Pretty cool. It has an interesting kind of combat system. I'm trying to think I can't remember, but this game was made by, I'm pretty sure, people who worked on the first Dead Space. It's very Dead Spacey, the game, in terms of like feel and stuff like that. From what I played, it was alright. I forget the guy whose name is in it. Is it Josh Duhamel is in this? But it's very Dead Space type game. Death Stranding. It's still sealed. I got it for $10 on a sale and grabbed it. I've heard people say this game is incredible. I've heard people say it's the biggest piece of shit they've ever played. I don't know if there's any in between in this. I probably will pop it in the PS5 at some point. It's Kojima, so I'm sure it's freaking loopy as shit with the story. And it's got, I always forget his name. He's been in a bunch of stuff. Daryl is what a lot of people know him for. I always forget his name though. But yeah, I guess obviously I haven't played it sealed. Is that Mads Mikkelsen too in this? The second one looks equally as bizarre. Eventually I'll play it. By eventually I mean never. Okay. Another sealed game here. Deus Ex. Mankind Divided. Day 1 edition. I had some games on my wish list. It was just like last year. It was 22 Christmas, I think. And my fiance just grabbed a bunch of them, and this was one of them. It was like, $7-8. It's an awesome game. I played it on the originally on the Xbox One. I had it digitally. Can't Kill Progress. What the frick's his name? Does it say his name? Adam Jensen. He was also in Human Revolution. It's a really cool game. The Deus Ex games are cool. They have a really cool look to them. Futuristic kind of look. Steampunk, I guess, maybe. Very techno, I should say. Maybe not steampunk, very like a techno look. And it's really cool, you gotta make choices and stuff at certain points in the game. There's some side quests and stuff. The combat's fun. You're upgrading different parts of your augmentations and shit. It's actually a really good game, and it's always cheap, and it's always on sale on the stores, the Xbox, and the other one, PlayStation. Final Fantasy VII Remake, incredible game. Now I got the PS4, I just started unloading and getting a ton of games, which was stupid. There's about 10 of these I really had no business buying, because I'll never get around to playing them. But I got it. The games were cheap. It was like I always gotta get them. But this is one I did play to completion, as well as Rebirth now, and it's awesome. Like I said a bunch of times, I've never played I played a little bit of the original, but not when it came out. The one that came out on the original PlayStation. The Legend returns for all generations. So who do we got? Sephiroth, Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, right, and Aerith for this one. Other characters coming in next. Really cool game. It's not turn-based in this one. You're running around the battlefield and stuff. There's mini games in here. You're in Midgard the whole way through in this one. That's what's awesome about Rebirth. It opens up into the overworld, the main world and stuff. But it's an awesome game. The combat's super fun. It graphically looks fantastic. The combat is fun. Like, it's an awesome game. Like I said, I never played the original, and I'll always be a Final Fantasy 6 or 3, depending on where you originally played it. But in the actual series, it's Final Fantasy 6. That'll always be my favorite. But I gotta say, this one is incredible, and I know I would have loved it originally if I had played it when it came out. It was like 97. But great soundtrack as well. Just a overall great game. Here's another sealed one, and I know a lot of you guys have been telling me to play it, and I really do need to throw it in. Ghost of Tsushima. This is the director's cut. I can throw this in the PS5, which I'll end up probably doing. Same thing, I grabbed this because it was like $20 on sale. So this has the expansions in here, in a multiplayer mode. I'm sure I'll be told by all of you to play it again. I do want to get around to playing it. It's one of the games, like, in terms of back catalog, which is endless, but this is towards the top of it. Looks awesome, and everybody says it's fantastic, so I really do need to get around to playing it. At least playing some of it. God of War. I really need to finish this. I got to the end and just stopped playing it. I'm weird like that. I did a gameplay on it back then. I was enjoying the hell out of it. It was really cool. Kratos he's still grumpy as hell and pissed, but a little bit less so than normal. This one is has to do with I guess Midgard as well. Isn't that one of the Vikings things? Or I don't know exactly. Their mythology. So he's not, he's moved on because he killed pretty much all of the gods in the Greek gods or whatever. So now he's, Valhalla and all that shit. And this thing, which is I don't know, fought, not Odin, but Thor and lost or something. And it's, I don't know, the World Eater. I don't know what looks great. Gameplay's still fun. It's violent as shit. There's a really cool part in this game when he kind of because people want to get his kid. They're like, we know who you are, and then eventually have to leave. He's kind of living a normal life. His wife had died at some point. And then the gods and stuff come, or these people, and they're like, yo, we know who you are, dude. And there's a part where he gets the Chaos Blades. Is that what they were called in the other God of Wars? And he puts them on his wrist, and was it Athena? Was it Athena or the other one? I think it was Athena. It's Ghost is there and stuff, and it was really cool. It was really well done scene as you're going up this river or something like that. Hello Neighbor. I have not played it. Got it at a garage sale. And just haven't played it. Hidden Agenda. I was told about this one in the comments actually a while back. I've not played it yet. I know you do an app for this one. Hopefully, if I actually do play it, I can pop it in. But they said it's made by Supermassive Games, obviously, so it's similar to the Until Dawn, the Dark Pictures, Quarry, all that shit. And the X-Files, Trust No One. This is another one I need to play, at least give it a try. And see how it is. You're gonna see a bunch of these I just have not played. Such as this one. Like I said, I was getting these at great deals. This was $7. Horizon Zero Dawn. A lot of people say a lot of good stuff about this game as well. And then there's the second one, what is it called? Forbidden West. Earth is ours no more. It's robot dinosaurs, right? He plays this woman. I don't know what her name is. Does not say it here. A young hunter But it looks like an open world game and stuff. You're hunting these giant robot dinosaur type creatures like this thing. I think they made a Lego out of this thing, didn't they? And they're doing a Horizon Lego game as well. That's coming to Switch also. Let's see if I played this one. I did play a little bit of this one. Kenna Bridge of Spirits. Deluxe Edition. I did play some of this. Really nice looking game, colorful game. You get to collect these dudes. What are they called? See them? They're all over the place. I forget what they are. Oh, you're comparing to the Rot, apparently. But, this game, from what I played, it has a very PS2 vibe. Not graphically and stuff, but this is the kind of game that absolutely came out a shit ton. These kind of games during that era. It's kind of a forgotten little thing. Kind of that adventure platformer, you know, like, I mean, they still obviously come out, but they were, this, if you played this, you'll know, even some of it, like, it has such a PS2 feel. And that's not necessarily a bad thing at all, but that's another one you could, that came out originally for both the PS5 and the PS4. Killzone Shadowfall. I did play some of this and then just stopped. It looked really freaking nice, and this is a game that came out. This is a launch title for the PS5. Am I saying PS4? God, my goodness, I didn't say PS4. What will you sacrifice for peace? It was pretty cool. It looked really nice. It was a shooter. You know, I didn't play a ton of it though. I need to play this. I love the original King's Bounty 2. I picked it up because it was $7.99 at GameStop, and I haven't played it. I don't think it reviewed fairly well, but I had the first one on the Genesis. I know they've made other ones that just were called different names for the PC, but I remember loving that Genesis game. It was such a cool game. It was kind of like a strategy game where you get units and you throw them into battle, like not really like an Age of Empires, because you're on a battlefield and you're moving your characters. It's not as open as like Age of Empires was when they fight. It was confined to the grid that they were on. Like I said, eventually I gotta really try this just because I love that other one. I need to get that other one. I wonder how much it is. Oh, Last Guardian. You can tell here the case is shredded. I got this from GameStop because I wanted to grab it. It was like, I think $12.99 used, obviously, and I really wanted to grab it. And the copy, the game itself is fine. The case is fine, but the artwork is destroyed. It looks like it has a reverse cover as well. I did play some of this. It was a cool game. It's made by the people who made Ico, Shadow of the Colossus. So it has that cool art style. You get that you're this dude and you're hanging out with this. You find this creature's chained up. You free it. Environments look really nice. Like that art style holds up very well and looks really nice. A bit puzzly in there as well. Pretty cool from what I played of it. This is a rare game. No, I'm kidding. Last of Us Remastered. I gotta get the remake that they made on the PS5. But I don't want to. I just played this one. Well, it's probably been. No. It hasn't even been 2 years since I played. I mean, I played this originally on the PS3. This remastered one I played in 23. Or, yes, early 23. It's Last of Us. It's a great game. This one has the DLC Left Behind in it. Oh, with Ellie and her friend. I forget her name. Does it say her name? I'm pretty sure they had her in the show. In like a flashback. It's a great game. Awesome voice acting looks fantastic. The gameplay's fun. It's intense. You know, Joel and Ellie are a great team, you know. But it's a fantastic game, it really is. As is the second one. Some people don't like this game. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think I said in my review of it or something. I think Ellie's more, like, I don't mind the character of Abby at all. Ellie's actually more annoying in this fucking game. She annoyed me in this game. That doesn't mean I didn't like her, but she's annoying. I'm not gonna spoil it. You know what happens to Joel and everything. I didn't care about that either. I wasn't up in arms. I was like, if anything, I was like, yo, I want to be able to control Abby when this happens. Because deep down, Joel's kind of a piece of shit. Like, everybody in this world, when it's post-apocalyptic, most of the people have done absolutely messed up stuff. So people like Joel, even though they still do good stuff, and overall they're good, you know, they know it too. I think they've mentioned it, like, eventually someone's out to get him, right? Once again, this game looks incredible. The gameplay's fun. This one's a little more open than the last one, so you're running around doing stuff. Dina was also annoying. Elliot even pretty much says as much. You're a burden. It's intense. It's depressing. A lot of people bite it in this game. You play as both Ellie and Abby, and the Ellie boss fight as Abby was pissing me off. Like, no, you should have beat her ass. But I thought Abby was a fine character. I really did. You get to explore more stuff here as well. And you still get flashback scenes with Joel and like a younger, hold on a second. Sorry about that, truck was pulling out. It was getting a little loud, so. It's a fantastic game. I don't know which one I like more. Probably the first one overall, especially after playing the remaster again. This one's fantastic, though. It really is. Like, I loved this game. I thought it was great. I remember seeing the reviews back when it came out, and a lot of people loved it. People hated it as well. Even if you hate how things go down with the characters, the gameplay's still incredible, and it still looks fantastic. It is not you could sit here and complain. I don't mind the story, but if you hate the story, that's fine too. But it is technically a great game. Like, it is a greatly, that's not a word. It's a well-made game. Like, Lost Judgment. I haven't played it yet. I did open it. There's Judgment as well, which I guess is the first one to this. I think somebody in the comments told me it's the first of the two, but I've not played it yet. Another one I haven't played. It's gonna see like a theme here. Mozart Requiem. This is another one my fiance got. That was on my wish list. It was like $10. This is an interesting one though. I probably should play this because this is like point and click, broken sword type game. Siberia-esque, as they're using Mozart in Prague, 1788. Features include Prague, the Golden City, reproduced in all its splendor of 1788, unmatched musical soundtrack by Mozart, an unparalleled adventure with murder. I do love these kind of games. Oh, sorry about that. Neo, this is by Tecmo, right? I haven't played this. I got it because it's $5 at a GameStop. I guess it's like Ninja Gaiden type stuff. I don't know if it's more like a Ninja Gaiden or more like a Dark Souls. I don't know. I haven't played it. If you guys can tell me, let me know. I don't know if this was a launch title or not, but I picked it up because it was cool. I did play some of it, and it was fun. The gameplay was cool. You get kind of, I don't know, not different weapons, but you do get some different weapons. It's not like crazy weapons like a Ratchet Clank, but you're like an order that hunts monsters and stuff. And it looks really nice. The gameplay was fun. It's a pretty cool game that I probably should go back to. I was at a part where I was getting my ass kicked, and I just was like, I don't feel like dealing with this right now. You can see this game has changed price like 1,000 times. Another one I picked up that was like $5, and I haven't played yet. Persona 5 Strikers by Atlas. It's like Persona 5. It's got all the characters, except it's more, I think, the combat is different, right? And it's a new story and stuff. So that's kind of cool. Huh. Atlas is on here, Sega and Koei Tecmo. That's interesting. Got a 3, maybe they were doing the combat, Koei Tecmo. 3 juggernauts in there. Ratchet and Clank. This is like a remake of the first, but it's like actually the movie that came out. I kept forgetting they made that Ratchet and Clank movie. But once again, Ratchet and Clank games look great. The gameplay is super fun. You're getting crazy weapons. Here's Ratchet, here's Clank, you're doing cool stuff. There's, you're exploring big worlds and shit. Ratchet and Clank games are just clang. Ratchet and Clank games are just, they're just good fun. That's what they are. They are just good fun. Here's a gem. Resident Evil 4. Awesome remake. I gotta pop this PS5 too and see how much different it looks. You're obviously Leon Kennedy's back. The remake of the classic GameCube game originally, then the PS4. Now you can get it on everything. They made a Wii version. It's on the Xbox 360, the PS3, the Xbox One. Survival is just the beginning. This is where the game turns into more of action-oriented until 7 and 8 came out. And even the Revelations games. 5 takes it even further into the action territory. Sick. Like I said, Leon, you're in Europe, right? It's Europe. You gotta save Ashley, the president's daughter. You're finding little treasures. You're fighting different enemies. There's some cheesy dialogue, as always. Leon's always spouting out something ridiculous. Hell of an upgrade, though. And I think it added, at the beginning, they definitely added scenes to the beginning. Where one of the cops actually gets grabbed, and you try to find him briefly. Sackboy, A Big Adventure. My fiance and I played a ton of this. We beat it. Didn't do everything on every level, but we did a shit ton of it. Super fun game with Sackboy from the Little Big Planet games. It's for different worlds. Some really tough platforming. Fun though, cool worlds. The gameplay is good. It's just a fun game, and it's got replayability because you want to try to collect everything on the levels and all that shit. I think there's time trial related stuff in here too, though I can't remember. Hold on a sec. Shadow of the Colossus. Another remake. PS2 game. This is an awesome game. Once again, that art style, that Ico, Last Guardian, that kind of look. Looks great. You're this guy here, and I don't think he has a name. And your beloved is like dead, or like, yeah, I think she's dead, and you're trying to bring her back to life. You go to this thing, and this like voice from above tells you gotta take out the, I think it's 11 Colossus. And I mentioned this, spoilers here. It doesn't end well for this kid. And the guy that was speaking to you from above is trying to get freed. He's like a demon type thing or some shit. And these colossus are the good things that you're killing. They're protectors of like the earth or something. And you look like an idiot. I think the end is like you dying and like the army comes in or some shit. Hell of a game though, with a great look. The gameplay is fun, climbing up the colossus and stuff. Song of Horror, it's still sealed. I haven't played it. This was another one that was on my list that my fiance got me. It was like $40, and now this game is, it's becoming a little rare, I guess. Because I think the new copies sell for like $60 now. Fear the Presence. It's one of those games that all of a sudden will gain value. I do need to play it sometime, though, because it is a survival horror type game. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. I played some of this. This is a prequel to the original Final Fantasy that came out on the NES. You actually play as... It's got a ruined canon or something, because you play as Garland, who ends up becoming the main bad guy in the original Final Fantasy. I guess he turns bad here. This is different combat. This is like a hack and slash game. I did play some of it. Combat was cool. It was a little... a little bland, but maybe one day I'll go back to it. Stray. I've done gameplay on this. I did a review of it. I did 2 gameplays of it. It's the cat game. It's another post-apocalyptic world. At the beginning, you're a cat hanging out with your cat buddies, and you fall into this hole, and you end up in this place that the humans built, these kind of like underground type worlds or cities, and they have robots there, but then the plague or whatever the hell it was got down there and killed them, but the robots are still there, so they're hanging out. But these little creatures, I forget what they're called, will kill the robots, so they're kind of stuck down there too. But you get this is a human that put himself into this little robot. You find him and you and the cat do stuff. It's a very lighthearted game. There's really no combat. You're just doing stuff. It's a nice change of pace. I really enjoyed this game. It was a nice change of pace. Pretty cool world. It was cool learning some of the background stuff. Although I didn't go into as much into it as I would have liked. But I really enjoyed it. Let's put these 3 together. There's 3 games I've not played yet. 3 Tales games. Tales of Vesperia, Tales of Vesperia, Tales of Arise. I actually did play some of this one. These are the Tales games. They have that similar common combat. They all look nice. That anime look. They're fun. Colorful games. The gameplay's fun and stuff. You get a bunch of characters and shit. I want to actually get around to playing these games. Like, try to play them fully. Like Tales of Symphonia, I loved. And stuff. And I really want to actually get around to playing these. This one's sealed. And once again, I got them. This one was $10. This one I got for $5 on sale at Best Buy. And this one was, I think, like $15. But yeah. Three Tales games. Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. So this has the first 3 Uncharted games: Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, Drake's Deception. I love the original Uncharted. It's still probably my favorite, even though it's not the best game. It's so much nostalgia. It was such a fun Indiana Jones type game, But obviously, you're Nathan Drake, classic character. Elena's in there. That's her name, right? Elena. Sully. All good. I could actually go back and play 3 too, because I only played 3 once. The other ones, these 2, I played multiple times. Great gameplay, even though the enemies are like bullet sponges, unless you hit them in the head. But it's cool exploration. You're finding little treasures and stuff, and usually, like the first game had the Sea-Doo mission going upriver, the grenade launcher. But then like 2, 3, and 4 up those those movie set. There's a lot of like movie set kind of action sequences where you're on a truck, jump from truck to truck. The second one's the train. The third one's the plane. You know, it's really like a Hollywood movie, but better. And here is Charter 4 Thief's End. Same thing. It's his end. He does not die, and it's spoilers. They wouldn't have the fucking balls to kill him off. His brother is in this one, whatever his name is. And you get scenes as Drake when he was a kid with his brother and stuff. Sully's there. Elaine is back. And this is another thing. I think I said this about this game. Like, he goes off on another one. He's like working in salvage in the beginning, and you do a little mission where you're salvaging shit for his company. But then it's his brother he meets up with, like Sully maybe, but his brother appears. I forget why can't I remember his brother's name? It's not Eric, is it? Sam Drake, I think his brother's name is. I don't know if Chloe's in this one, I can't remember. Nadine is from Lost Legacy. Chloe was at least in maybe 2 and 3. She might be in this one too, I don't know. Oh, it says it right there, Sam. It says all their names. Like, he goes behind Elena's back, and Elena finds out, obviously, and they didn't play on that enough. Like, that, I feel like that could have been a really deeper storyline, maybe unnecessary in a game like this, but I think they're really cool. But it does end up having a happy ending. Same thing, you're collecting treasures and stuff. It's just a fun game, great environments, a beautiful game as well. Until Dawn. Supermassive Games again. This was before the Dark Pictures. This might have been the first one they did in this style. I don't know if they had anything before this. You got, what's his name here? Was his name Rami Malek and Hayden Panettiere? It's like the other games. You're playing through a horror movie, and it's good. This one's like the Wendigo myth and stuff, I'm pretty sure. And I always forget the guy's name. He's the therapist. Peter Stormare. All your characters can die. None can die. Some, depending on your button presses. Like, I lost her at the end of the game. There's like, you have to do this hold your breath thing. You had to do it like 3 times, and I fucked it up on the last one. I think I lost her and maybe at least one other person, but it might have been 2. I can't remember. Environments are great, though. It's like a point-and-click game evolved into something else. It's like you're playing through a horror movie. I like all of them. I like Dark Pictures games. I like The Quarry a lot. And this one was really good as well. And another game that, when this come out, 15, and it looked incredible, like graphically. I was like, holy shit. And the last game here, Zero Time Dilemma, the last in the Zero Escape games. There was 999, Virtue's Last Reward, which I had in the Vita. I had it and I didn't have it. I don't have it anymore. And this one. These games are, you're trapped. Usually wake up a group of people. People can die in this as well. You've got to do certain puzzles and stuff and get out of these rooms in time. You're trapped. There's always this person talking to you, what you have to do and stuff. I think this was originally on the Vita, and then they brought it to the PS4. They're cool games. They're very story-driven, and there is actually gameplay in there. You're searching through rooms, trying to get out in time and all that stuff. This person has this thing like on their head. They can't get it off. And they don't trust each other and stuff. Who's up to what? They're cool little kind of mystery type point and click type story driven games.